Alright guys, back with another guide in WWE Supercard, this time for Clash of Champions. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you'd like to see next. I was thinking of starting a free to play account and understanding the game in the ways that you guys do, and hopefully find ways to help you play more efficiently. So let's get on to the first tip, which would be that Batista and Eddie Guerrero, whoever your opponent is, will always stay in the same position. So what you want to do is never choose the same card twice. So in this example, what I'm doing is I'm going to clear the top half of the cards first, so that I know that if Batista's not there, then he's not going to be there in the next time that I do this level, because it's very rare or hard to get the Batista on your first time trying a level. It usually takes 2 to 3 attempts the further you get into it. So I'm just clearing the whole of the top, and when I realize that he's not going to be on the top, I go to the bottom half and I just clear it as much as I can, hoping not to leave any so that I don't have to check. So you can see here that now I've gone through the first round of Clash and I've just started the second one, and in the first round I managed to clear the whole of the top, and in the second round I'll be able to complete the whole of the bottom, so the Jinder Mahal and the 3 cards that are underneath him. And what that do is leave me in a good position for the next round or the next time I try this. Now what most people do in this is they make the mistake of using their peaks at the start of the round, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because all that does is it shows you random places on the board, and that's not very useful. So what you want to do is you want to narrow it down as much as you can and then use your peaks. So as you can see here, I haven't used any peaks, but when I get rid of these 3 bottom cards, I will use my peaks after that, because it will show me these positions that are left. It won't show me these positions that I've already done, because I've already completed them and I know that he's not there. So what ends up happening is that I realize that he is on the left hand side at the bottom, because it covers all of the other cards and that's the only card that's left. So I just end this round and I can go into another round and just straight away work my way to that corner. The way it works is when you fight one card, it allows you to fight all the cards around him after that. So I will start with the card that's on the left hand side and then just work my way down towards him. The next tip is that the support cards are very useful in this mode, because well, especially if your deck is slightly uneven, because what the support cards do is it ends up actually giving you a little boost. Like if you look in the footage before, my AJ Styles wouldn't beat his card if I didn't apply the Paul Heyman power and toughness boost to him, and that allowed me to win, which meant I could keep him to the second round and look for more cards to fight with and to find. So using your support cards, you're allowed to use 2, so you use 1 in the first round and 1 in the second round, and the earlier you use them the better. What I like to do is, because my supports are power and toughness, whenever I can I will choose a power or toughness stat, because they are going to be boosted in those areas. So you can see here I've just selected Paul Heyman and toughness, and my Shawn Michaels should be able to beat Undertaker. Yeah, my Shawn Michaels beat his Undertaker because of the Paul Heyman boost. So the next tip would be to make sure your decks are as balanced as possible. In probably about a minute's time, you'll see that I show my deck is very unbalanced, as in my top card is my Bray Wyatt LMS card, which I got and I did pretty decent in that. That was a very strong card, and my lowest card was the Booker T King of the Ring card, and there's going to be quite a big stat difference, because well, Bray Wyatt's an LMS card equivalent to a WrestleMania, or well, Elemental Pro, and Booker T is slightly worse than the WrestleMania 36 event cards, which would anyway get outshone by the Elemental event cards. so the gap between those are quite big. So what I do is I remove the momentum off my Rey Mysterio, my Eddie, no, my, sorry, not my Eddie, my Bray Wyatt, and my, I think it was Nikki Bella, and I apply it on my 3 worst cards, and what that does is it makes my 3 worst cards stronger, and it makes my other cards, my top 3 cards, weaker, so that the gap is less. And what that does is, the way the game works is it decides the opponents that you face based on the tier of your deck, and if there's a big gap in between it, will find the average. So like my Bray Wyatt is 3.3 million roughly if you look at his stats. Apart from his power is a bit strong, but that's because of the equipment. And my Booker T was 2.5 million, so I was roughly coming against opponents that were 2.7, 2.8 million. But by doing this, it should knock the opponents that come down against to about 2.6, because that's a bit more of the average, and it'll make my worst cards easier to fight against their cards. Because for example, my Booker T would usually lose, but now that I've put momentum on him, I don't know if I've shown in this video, but my Booker T will actually be able to beat a lot of the cards now, rather than just losing, especially with the support procs. And the last tip that I can give you now is to take advantage of these free packs. These free packs that they give with the peaks are big, because the peaks allow you to go through levels quicker without using bouts. And if you don't use bouts but go through levels quicker, they'll allow you to spend more bouts on other arenas, which will allow you to climb quicker and get to a rank suitable. Right now I think I was about rank 3000, but hopefully I will be able to get to about rank 1000. I think on my Shawn Michaels I roughly got about 1 to 2000, which was quite good, but I'd like to get better than that. On Eddie Guerrero, I chose Eddie Guerrero because he's one of my favorite wrestlers in my time. Also, I'm just throwing another tip here, which would be for people that can't remember much. It's good to take a screenshot of the blank canvas of the cards. So then what you do is every time you pick a card, you just color over the card using the stencil tool on iPhone. I don't know if you can do this on Android, but what this allows you to do is mark up the cards that you've chosen so that you don't choose them again. This is mainly for people that can't remember or can't be bothered to remember which one they've done, or let's just say you're taking a big break in between 2 bouts. It'll allow you to just come back and straight away whack out this arena. Because for example here, I would scribble over the cards I've already done, so if I completed this whole left hand side, I'd just scribble out the left hand side. Yeah, so that's the easiest way to do it if you can't remember which ones you've done. Alright, okay, that would be the end of the video. Those are all the best tips to get the highest rank in LMS, or well, Clash of Champions. Please like and subscribe. I will release a video on talking about the new event that's just been released.